What's up, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? It's Wednesday, and on Wednesday, we usually come up with some sort of triathlon workout Wednesday. But today, what I wanted to do was talk about one swimming piece of terminology named distance per stroke. As you can guess, distance per stroke is just the amount of distance that you travel per stroke that you take in the water. A lot of swimmers pay pretty close attention to this, and what I'd like to do is briefly go over distance per stroke and then maybe go over 3 different drills that you guys can do to maybe increase your distance per stroke and hopefully make you a faster swimmer. Distance per stroke is pretty self-explanatory. Between that and the actual cadence that you're swimming, those are the 2 things that pretty much determine how fast you're gonna swim. So how do you improve your distance per stroke? One thing that I've noticed when I'm watching real swimmers swim is they have these long pulls, and they're actually covering a tremendous amount of distance for each stroke that they take. So how do I make my particular distance per stroke better? Quickly, just to determine your distance per stroke, just count the number of strokes that you take on a given lap. So it might be 20 strokes for 25 meters or 25 yards, whatever your pool is. And keep that number in the back of your mind. Maybe kind of take that number at the beginning of the season and then compare it to the same count that you do at the end of the season, and see if you're swimming further distance per stroke. And then what I thought we'd do is just go over 3 drills that I think will help you increase your distance per stroke. One other thing to do, maybe before you get started, is just grab a pool buoy and throw it between your legs and do a test real quick. Just count your strokes with the pool buoy and count your strokes without. And if you see a huge variation, one thing that you might need to work on is your body position in the water. Obviously, with a pool buoy, it's gonna raise your midsection up a good bit, so you're swimming a little bit more level on the water. And that's obviously gonna increase your distance per stroke, and your stroke number per lap would come down. If you're seeing drastic improvements there just by using the pool buoy, you may wanna work on your position in the water. Okay, 3 quick drills that should help you with your distance per stroke. The first one is just fist drill. So what you do is you swim just the same way you would freestyle, except for you swim with your fists closed. And what you really want to do is focus on catching as much water as you can with your forearms. Or at least that's the idea. I really struggle with this drill quite a bit. But the idea is that you get in the water and that you're really pulling water, not just with your hands like normal, but with your forearms as well as your hands. The idea is that using an additional bit of forearm plus your hands when you go back to your normal stroke, that you should increase your distance per stroke. Okay, second drill that I think we can use to increase our distance per stroke is a sculling drill. So a sculling drill is you basically put your hands basically where the entry point is in the water. I mean, you can scull in different locations, but what I would suggest is just starting with the basics, and that's kind of sculling out front. So you're on top of the water. You may need to use a pool buoy to do this, but you're moving yourself through the water just with your fingertips like this. All right, the last drill that I think may help is using paddles. And the one thing about paddles is with a paddle, you should be able to grip more water. And really not using that wrist strap, I've talked about this before, but not using that wrist strap really does help your entry into the water, and paddles should help you get a feel for the grip of the water, right? Because you're increasing your surface area with that particular paddle that you have. I don't love this paddle. But what I'll do is I'll link below to a paddle that I think, you know, the people I'm swimming with are recommending, and a paddle that might work well for you. But paddles are great. Just increasing that awareness of where the water is should help all of us with our catch and should increase our distance per stroke. Okay guys, if you're into this sort of thing, and that would be like swimming, biking, or running, consider subscribing below. There's a little button down here somewhere to subscribe, and then there's a bell notification up here, and that just allows you to be notified of like whenever I post a new video. And if you are already subscribed, I owe you a big thank you. Tune in because I'm trying to post videos about once a week, and I really appreciate you guys watching them. All right guys, we will see you guys on the next video.